Hello and welcome to the 2020 Christmas lighting display sponsored by Easy Rock Indie and True Light Christmas. This lighting display is one of the best I've done and has a lot of information that you will certainly enjoy. I want to take special time to thank all of you for watching this lighting display this year, and we hope you enjoy this year's display and village. Getting things started is the tree in the middle of my village this year. Of course, the tree has always been a part of the village, and it sits usually right where these train tracks are, right in the middle of these train tracks. This year, there's a few added items. As you can see, the added items include that church and that repair shop. However, we will go into all of the stuff later that is in the village. Over here is a candelabra. We brought that back again this year, or I did rather. And as you can see, a lot of lights, before I forget to leave the Christmas tree, a lot of lights, aside from over here on this table, are LEDs this year. They're not the incandescents, because those are getting harder and harder to find, so we put LEDs up this year. In total, we have 2,419 different bulbs all lit up all around this room. As you can see, as I walk over right by the coat hangers, on top of the shelf here, there's these Santas that were given to me from my grandparents last year. And as we continue on, you can see that the lights kind of arc back up, then they meet down here, come back up like this, go across the top of this doorway, come down like this to here, go under my Lynn Media poster, go up like this, go this way, come down, then they go up again. They come over the door here, come down this way, and they make their way over here, making a door frame over here, coming down right here, and coming over right about actually here. Then they come back up again, go over this picture of a television helicopter, and they meet at the top of the lighted Christmas tree. This is a special thing that I did this year, and I think you guys will really enjoy this being one of the grandest things I've ever done this year. After the lighted Christmas tree, we find our way back over to this heart that I made. We find ourselves going this way. Kind of meets down here somewhere towards the bottom. Then, oh wait, that's a nightlight, never mind. Then we go back up kind of up to here. As you can see, we started putting them even on the ceiling this year. Got another tree right here, which is a small little tree, but there's no lights in the middle. Come down here, and we are over here by another end of where the train goes. Again, more on the village in a minute. And then the lights go right into the village. And I'm going to actually step over where you can see exactly where they go around the village, around that window, down to here. And there's even lights in the parking garage of the village. I'll go into that again in a minute. Then there's some more lights over here. Some lights down here. And again, some lights over here. And on this side and on this side. You got lights that come up over here. They even go over the TV antenna, which surprisingly still gets good reception, even with lights in front of it. And then we end up back here where we started. Now it's time for our village. One of the first new additions to the village this year is this police station that I built out of Legos. As you can see, it's mainly the bigger Legos, and there's nothing really too exciting about this. There's just kind of a porch I built on the front, but it's kind of a stick out thing where it doesn't attach to the Legos. There's a wall that goes from here to the wall of my place. On the other side of the wall, you can actually see there are helicopters here. That's a helicopter landing pad. And over here, this is where a lot of the police vehicles are parked. And now we're going to talk about the downtown area. Let me show you something. Over here is a returning item. It's our parking garage. The only difference is the entrance is over here on the front. The exit is over in the back. As you can see over here, this parking garage has a familiar facade on the front. However, a few things are different, knowing that the exit for the parking garage is no longer over here. However, like I showed you earlier, it's on the back end of the garage. Over here is a hospital/radio station building, and as you can tell, the antenna goes up pretty far. Right about there. Maybe a little bit higher than that, right about there, where you can see the top of it. As you can see, this building is 5 stories tall, like the previous building I had, and it was actually built out of parts from the previous building. The elevator is back here in the back, and yes, it runs, but it's a little more finicky than the other building that I had. You can also tell that there are ambulances parked under the overhang here. This was supposed to be another parking garage that was supposed to be attached to the building, but that fell off. I'll show you what I did with those parts in a minute. And back behind here, let me see if I can actually get somewhere I can get in there without knocking anything. Oops. Knocking into the lamp. There we go. Back here you can see where there's basically an area for ambulances to be parked at, and some other windows back there that show the upper floors. Now, way up here is the transmitter room for the radio station. And up here is the helipad. So that's pretty cool. One more thing about the garage before I forget. I put in here, I put in here a string of 100 lights. However, 100 lights does not all fit in a parking garage of this magnitude, or this size rather. So what I did was I stringed most of them in this parking garage, and yes, they're one of the old incandescent strings. And I brought some of them up and added them as part of my light display this year. How cool is that? And some of them are even sticking out of the garage over here, and they're plugged in over here. Now, we have to talk about a fan favorite of everybody's. It's the train. Yes, the train track. I've been hinting at this for a while. Here is the train track. It goes from here, goes over here, up and over behind. Oh, we need to stop here and talk about this. It's the fire station. This fire station is a return item from years past. And as you can tell, it's in its same spot with an ambulance parked out here. Let's see what's inside. Yep, an ambulance, a fire truck, and something else parked in there. Some fire trucks parked out front. Oh, excuse me. And over here, we follow the track, and we're at a construction site where there's all kinds of construction equipment parked. There is a train stop right here for the construction site. And there's some vehicles on the road here. And I actually managed to balance a humongous motorhome between one spot and another. There's actually a gap there. Over here is where there's a parking lot for buses. And we followed the train track behind the television over here to where the train track starts getting ready to go down. And once it goes down, you can actually see that we're over by the repair shop. The cheap repair shop, as I like to call it. Cheap repairs repair shop. And of course, under here is a parking lot for there's a lot of older vehicles here. And a lot of vehicles over here. And speaking of over here, wow. Over here is the church. That's right, a new addition this year. Both the repair shop and the church are new additions this year. Get that blinding light out of your guys' eyes. You can actually see where there is cars parked along the side here and along the side of the track here. Here's another cool little thing. This side and the other side both have emergency exits out of the church. And before we forget, we're going to step into the studio and we're going to show you the house, which is a return item from last year. That's right, this house is a return item from last year. And as you can see, there's already a bunch of cars parked on it for all the Christmas get-togethers that everybody's looking forward to. That's right. And of course, the one returning thing from last year, someone's car is on a tow truck this year. Some new additions. Somebody who must have wanted to bring some really big presents brought them in on a flatbed or on a full-bedded trailer and a full-bed truck, and an ambulance is here. So, pretty cool if you ask me. By the way, before I forget, here is the final candelabra located in our radio studio. It's sitting on top of the CD player, and just in front of it is where I mount my phone to do Zoom and everything else. We'd like to thank all of you for watching the 2020 lighting display this year, and we hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.